Hello guys, my name's Calamity Joe. Welcome back to a new video. I'm going to comment first in my live stream. All these people comment that they're first, and half the time they're not first, which is quite funny. I find that rather funny, to be honest, that people comment that they're first, and half the time they're not actually first. Yeah, hello guys, my name's Calamity Joe, because I don't know if it picked up that, the bit when I said hello. Hello ROA, welcome back to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, welcome to everyone. Welcome to another stream on the Calamity Joe YouTube channel. We're on the Survival Legacy world. It's night time. I forgot to turn my world off last night. When I ended the stream to go and watch Everton, I forgot to leave I left the world on. I forgot to leave this Minecraft world. So this Minecraft world's probably played an extra 50 days. This Minecraft world's probably played an extra 50 days because I forgot the world was on 24 hours. Late stream today. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's a later stream because I was doing other stuff. Well, I wasn't actually. Say it. Tell a lie, guys. I haven't actually done anything. I am just gonna zoom this screen in though, because I'm using this mini TV as a monitor. It's quite hard to read the live chat. Well, I am streaming. Sometimes I might stream later. Yeah, but we are live. I'm gonna go and build something. I feel like building something. Hello world. God save Joe from Satan. Oh, it's the God bless you guy. Yeah, the God bless you guy's a bit like that. I've been watching the United game. Oh, are they playing? Oh yeah, they're playing today, aren't they? I'm really annoyed after yesterday's game. Everton should have drew. Everton should have drew. It would have been 0-0 if Everton hadn't given away a penalty. But the Arsenal defender booted the Everton striker in the Everton player. Tiano Barry got to the ball first, and William Saliba kicked him in the box, booted his foot in the box. And everyone was saying afterwards it should have been a penalty. And nobody knows why the referee Sam Barrett didn't give a penalty. That's where VAR should go in and go, hold on, you've made a mistake. But why do VAR stay silent? That's the bit I don't understand. I love football, but VAR needs to pull its fingers out now. VAR needs to pull its fingers out its ass and start telling the referees, like, you've made a mistake there, go back and check it. You might have made a mistake there, go back and check it. I just don't get that one. You know, VAR gets involved when it shouldn't and doesn't get involved when it should. What do you guys think? That's just it's a hot take, but that's just my opinion. I think VAR gets involved when it shouldn't, and then doesn't get involved when it should. Oh, I just got rid of my screen by accident. But that's just my opinion. But I think what do you guys think? But I think VAR in football matches gets involved at the wrong times. It interferes when it shouldn't, when there's a perfectly good goal. But when there's a moment, I think it's wrong the ref didn't take action. Well, no, the referee didn't see it, so he didn't give the penalty. But why hasn't the video assistant people on video assistant referee not gone, hold on, there's a bit of you've missed something there, go back and have a look. It's an interesting one, but I think VAR interferes when it shouldn't, and doesn't get involved when it should. But a couple of years ago, there was a potential red card against an Everton player, but it was a total accident. the Arsenal player went. This was against Arsenal. Everton player tripped, tackled an Arsenal player, and then obviously stumbled over him, tripped, and he put his foot down in his face. And they were saying that the red VAR got involved. VAR got involved and was looking whether it was dangerous play and didn't give it, but they shouldn't have looked at it because it was a total accidental thing. The Arsenal player was on the floor. Hope your account stays safe. What do you mean my account stays safe? It tends to be if your account's been compromised, it tends to be that you've clicked something wrong or it's been too easy to get into. Or being a simple password or something like that. Like I've seen that numerous times over the years. Am I late? No, the stream's only just started. The stream's only literally just started. The stream's only just started. But yeah, if your account's compromised, I think it tends to be it tends to be. I didn't manage to set up two, but that's not really an issue. Two-step authentication is not really an issue. It tends to be if you've got a weak password. Like basically, if you look at if I read this recently. If you've got a password with loads of numbers and different symbols and things like that, it throws off the system, and it could take a couple of minutes cracking. It could to a million years. But if you've got a really simple password, then the amount of time it takes for people to potentially crack it is up. Like they mentioned recently. That on this show in the UK, having a password with symbols and multiple numbers and things like that, and obviously letters, symbols, numbers, it makes it a lot harder to crack into. It tends to be that though. It tends to be people that lose their accounts. It tends to be they've obviously clicked something wrong, or their password's just been too simple. Because I think Microsoft needs to change their password. No, not Microsoft needs to change their password. I think you're a bit confused right there. It's normally, if you lose your account, it's normally your password it's your password that's been compromised. So it's not Microsoft need to change anything. Most people that lose their accounts on video games, it's because their passwords are too simple. It's why they recommend you not having the same password twice. Wait, no, the encrypting power, but that's not Microsoft. Encryption. I'm not saying about encryption. Encrypting passwords. You know, hackers can obviously do that. Hackers will just try different combinations, to get into your accounts, and that's what they do. That's what hackers do. They try multiple passwords to get into your accounts, and then until they find the right one. So if your password's weak, the more chance of there's more chance of you getting into it. Because if it's a weaker password, it's simpler. Like back in the day, people used to put their password as password. No, I'm not saying that, but it's I'm not saying it is that. But if it's but if you have a really weak password, that most people that lose their accounts tend to be people with the weakest passwords. Hello, Glowbeans. Welcome to the stream. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Oh, my nose, guys. Sorry, my nose is itchy. But yeah, it just tends to be that. Whew. So how is everybody on this stream today? Guys, 4 days till Christmas. 4 days. What do you do even do in this world now? Well, I still build stuff, but sometimes on streams I run out of build ideas. So, for example, over the last couple of streams, we've built some. Over the last few streams, we've been building some Christmas builds. Hope I don't get hacked again. Well, yeah, no one wants to get hacked, but you should see it as a learning curve. You should see it as a learning curve as well. Maybe have a look. Maybe make sure this time it's you've got a really good internet security and things like that. So, what I mean, Glowbeans, build a cartoon doghouse. You know the big red dog, those red dog houses. Clifford the big red dog. So we built this the other day. We built a snow tower. We built some snow hearts, some presents. I built a tent out of leaves. We built the Christmas tree, the ice castle, and we built this, and we built the ice turrets, and the ice turret. So we built a snow turret and an ice turret. Let's get at the top of these staircases pretty quickly. That's really good. Hurry it up, Joe. Hurry it up. We're at the top. So we have built a little bit in recent days. We've built the ice castle, the Christmas tree, the presents, the ice thingamajiggy, and we built some other stuff everywhere else. Oh, so yeah, we have built a lot recently. If you want a window, yeah. Oh god, got cramp. That's the snow globe, guys. That is my old snow globe. I made that one before I made the bigger one. I didn't like it, so I made a bigger one. Oh, when we started working the other day on the winter Santa's finishing Santa's workshop for the first time since 2000 and. Oh, and I've got mending on everything now, guys. I had mending books for years that I didn't think, so I've always had mending on this, but I've put mending on my pickaxe, axe, and shovel now. So it's gonna look good, guys. It's gonna look good. So whenever we get XP now, we're gonna do very well. It's called the Winter Wonderland. We named it back in 2019 when we made it. We named it in 2019 when I first did Mindmas. So in 2019 I did a series called Mindmas. Basically, I did 25 episodes of my survival series in 25 days. So this is what we've been doing. We've done 25 this month. The playlist is in my Discord server in a little subcategory. There's a little subcategory I've put together called Mindmas, and people have started putting random stuff in here. So let me purge that a minute. 6 purge 6. There we go. So all the playlists are in there. 2019, 2020, 2022, 2023, 24, 25. I was 9 in 2019. Yeah, I've been doing my survival series. I've been filming on this world since 2017. You're making me feel old now. You're making me feel old now, Glowbeans, because I started this Minecraft series. I started Mindmas when I was 17. You're making me feel old. Actually, no, I was 16. Sorry, guys. I was 16. I was 16. I wasn't 17 till after Mindmas ended. Talking of which, guys, it's my birthday in 6 days. 23 in 6 days. Ooh, feels weird. Do you know, in a couple of days' time, guys, in a couple of days' time, it will be 2026. In 11 days' time, it will be January 1st, 2026. 2026. It feels so weird. I was 17, I'm 15, and the world is 10 years old. Well, the world's 9 years old at the moment. It's not 10 till August. But it's one of those as well. Like, I've had the Wii U since 2015. I got the Wii U 10 years ago in 4 days. I've had Minecraft Legacy Console Edition for almost 10 years. I got Minecraft Legacy Console Edition on the Wii U in 2015. In 2015, I got Minecraft Legacy Console Edition on the Wii U because I saw that it was out, and I bought it literally on my birthday because I saw that it came out. Like, I didn't know it had come out because I didn't know I was getting the Wii U. But Minecraft Wii U Edition, I would have had for 10 years. And even though this world is I'm slowly starting to run out of ideas on this world, I've just got an idea to continue going on Legacy for as long as possible. Like, it will be 2020 in a year, in a couple of months, guys. It will be 2026. You were probably playing with your friends before I was born. Feel old. Wow. When were you born? 2010. 2010? Yeah, 2017 takes 7, 2010. Yeah, I would have started school 3 years before, so yeah, I would have been 8. But yeah, I wouldn't have been playing. I would have been playing with friends at school. Yeah. In the school playing field, yeah. I would have started school 3 years before that, yeah. I would have started school 3 years before that. And I would have had another 9 years of school. Because in the UK, you go to school for 12 years. In the UK, you guys, you go to school for 12 years. You go to school from 4 to 16. You go to school from 4 to 16. So... yeah, 4 to 16. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't. Well, that's not really horror. Your more horror back in them days was it and things like that. Well, like that's the year it came out. Like 2016 was a weird one. They announced that they were doing a film on it in 2016. Then people dressed up as like clowns and scared people in the woods and things like that. Well, I do remember Slenderman. Slenderman was based on the Enderman. No, Enderman was based on the Slenderman. Have you guys seen the creaking? Have you guys seen the creaking? In Minecraft. Have you guys seen the creaking in Minecraft? Have you guys seen the creaking in Minecraft? The new mob. Yep. It was based. It's based on a British. It's based on a monster from my favourite TV show. The creaking. The creaking is based on a monster from my favourite TV show. So the creaking. Yeah, the creaking is based on one of my a monster from my favourite TV show. The creaking is based on the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. So, have you guys heard of the Weeping Angels? So, if you haven't, I'm going to recommend you guys something. It's surprisingly, it's not a horror. It's not 18 rated. It's not 15 rated. Doctor Who is like 12 rated, I think. What is Doctor Who? Is it 12 rated? Let's have a look. Let me just go and get a box set a second. I just got to turn and walk away from the laptop. Yeah, all the Doctor Who seasons are 12 rated. Yeah, all the Doctor Who seasons are 12 rated. Yeah, it's based on the Weeping Angels. The creaking in Minecraft is based on the Weeping Angels. So the Weeping Angels are called the Lonely Assassins. The Weeping Angels are monsters that basically have existed since the dawn of time. They are monsters that can only move when not being observed. So if you stare at if you continuously stare at a Weeping Angel, they cannot do anything to you. Weeping Angels cannot do anything to you whilst you're staring at them. But if you turn your back... Hello, Firebee YT Super. I think I remember you, yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, yes, the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who are the creaking's based on. So when you're looking at the creaking, can't move. When you look away, they can move. Except the Weeping Angels are scarier because they will send you back in... Rather than kill you, they'll send you back in time. But when there's no point in doing that, they'll just snap your neck. I'm jealous of people that don't know you. Why? Why are you jealous of people that don't know me? Is that so you can find my channel for the first time again? But Miss 2019. Yeah, but you should be when you're 9 years old though, Glowbeans. You should be conscious. You're conscious at 9 years old. But I can remember stuff from when I'm 9 years old. I can remember everything from when I was 9 years old. I can remember stuff. I can remember stuff going back to 2004. I can remember stuff from going back to 2004. You play beta? No, this is not beta. This is Legacy Console Edition. This is 1.12. This is before the Bedrock Edition came out. This is Legacy Console Edition. Yeah, I can remember, guys. I can remember I can remember a little bit of my aunt's wedding. Yeah, old version. I can remember a little bit of my aunt's wedding, Glowbeans. So I can remember back to 2004. No, I mean, I wasn't 4 in 2004, I was 2 in 2004. But I can remember as far back as 2004, a little bit of 2004. I can remember 2008. I can remember 2008. Can we play Roblox? I don't play Roblox, I'm afraid. Roblox is not a game that I play. I don't like the graphics, and I just don't like the way the game works. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, if we talk about that for a second, guys, like, yeah, I can remember 2008, like the drop of a hat. I can remember. I can remember what I thought. I can remember what I thought in my head on January 1st, 2009. I can remember January 1st, 2009. And I'm saying that because I can remember. In fact, I can remember before that, guys. I can remember watching Doctor Who. I can remember watching Doctor Who in December. Well, I started school in 2007, Globeans. So yeah, not my entire fan base. Some of the newer fan base. Most of the fan base at the start were the same age as me. Most of the fan base at the start were like around my age. So they were the same age as me, you know, 13, 12, 13, 14. I mean, I have played the latest version, I just prefer Legacy. Yeah, well, not my entire fan base, just the newer people. I'm surprisingly close to your age. In a way, yeah. But what I meant was people that would watch my stream initially, they were like, you know, a year older than me, 2-3 years younger than me. But now most of my audience now was born between 2010 and 2013. Well, born between 2010 and 2015. So it makes me feel old because, you know, my YouTube channel is older than some people. I had someone on my stream the other day. You play Fortnite? No, I've never played that. I had someone on my stream the other day that claimed something along the lines of, "Oh, your world is as old as me." I didn't feel comfortable with that. I didn't feel comfortable with that because that meant they were watching my channel and they were 9 years old. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't feel comfortable that I don't feel comfortable that there's somebody watching. No, 2012. That it's not 2010. It's 2012. Gen Z is 2000 and is 97 to 2012. So you would have been 2 years before. Gen Alpha was 2013 to 2024. And then the new one is 2025 to 2039. You're close to 8K. Yeah, the aim was to hit it by my birthday, but I just don't see us doing that now. The aim was to see if we could hit that by my birthday. But as it stands at the moment, I just can't see us being able to do that. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have done it. I would have loved to have woke up on my birthday and realised that, oh wait, we've hit 8K. But the chances of us doing that are incredibly low. Hello Egg, welcome to the stream. Wait, my nose, sorry guys, my nose is itchy. I'm the only person on the stream. You're not the only person. There's more people. la la. Yeah, to answer Glowbeans' question, yeah, some of the people watching my streams now. To answer Glowbeans' comment, yeah, most of the people watching the streams now are probably younger than I probably weren't born when I started school. Which is, but it's the same as, but that's the same as anything. I'm on a new phone, cool. We got some iron. I don't have. Oh, I didn't bring any I didn't bring any torches with me. How foolish of me. You were born through 6 prime ministers when the first time really Facebook. Even before YouTube, yes, I was. I've seen a lot of US presidents as well. You know, when I was born, you had Bush. When I was born, you had Bush. I've seen a lot of US presidents as well. You know, when I was born, you had Bush. I saw the entire of all of Obama. But how long I've been alive, guys? Now, I saw 7 years of. I saw 7 of Bush's years. All 8 of Obama. All 4 of Trump. All 4 of Biden. And I will most likely see all 4 of Trump again. 6 prime ministers. Hold on. Hold on now. Blair, Brown, Cameron. Now more than that. Blair, Brown, British prime ministers I've seen. Blair, Brown, Cameron, May, Johnson, Truss, Sunak, Starmer. 7. Before you were born, that is when those 2 buildings were kaboomed. But the world changed. One of my uni lecturers said to us about he went on holiday. One of my uni lecturers said to us last year, not last year, the day before, so the year before. One of my uni lecturers said to us he went on holiday 2 weeks after 9/11, and literally the British Air, because of what had happened in America, they were worried that it would happen in the UK. So they were worried it was going to happen in the UK too. So the British the British government brought in all these policies. People, I think landlines were better. I think landlines were better than mobile phones. So whenever I write a book, there's always a landline. You were born when CRTs were a thing. What's a CRT? Oh, yes, I was. I had one of those. Those big boxes. Yeah, I was. I had one of those when I was a kid. I did, actually. Those box TVs. Yeah, but we should still have those, really. We should still have those. I love those. I used to sit down every week and watch Doctor Who on one of those. Till we got the flat screen TV in 2011. But when flat stream, yeah, so I used to sit down on one of those box TVs and watch Doctor Who every week. I think, as far as I know, I think I didn't watch Doctor. I think I watched all of the David Tennant era on those TVs. Yeah. I think I watched all of David Tennant's era as the Doctor and Doctor Who on a TV like that. Big grey, big box one. That's what TVs used to look like. I'm thinking of buying a new TV, guys. I've had this TV for 7 years, but Disney Plus has stopped working on it. I can't get live TV anymore. I can't get live TV, so I can't watch England play. If England football team are playing, I can't watch it live on my TV. But yeah, those TVs are cool. The old box TVs were cool. But they were cable TV. I love a line in an old comedy show. It was you that made the wrong connection. The wires come adrift, and I put the wire back in. It was you that made the wrong connection. Well, no, I have it all built in. So, like, I have it all built in. I have Amazon. Plus, mine doesn't have USB. Well, no, it does have USB, actually. No, I have it all built in. So I have Amazon, I have Disney, all built in. But it's just stopped working. Have I got mail? What do you mean have I got mail? I'm a bit confused what you mean. But yeah, it's but guys, I am thinking about it. I am thinking, guys, about getting a new TV. I do have that sometimes. You've got mail. But not a lot. But it's a good thing if you've got mail. If you've got mail, it's a good thing. Let's take this glowstone and shit with us. But that's a good thing, though, telling you... no, but... That's what you need that, though, because for some reason, sometimes you don't get notified that you got mail, so we should still have that. You have mail. I love the line in The Grinch. You have no new messages. If you contact this number, I will hunt you down and gut you like a fish. No, you have no new messages. Odd. I love The Grinch in that film. I have absolutely no idea, Fire Sunflower. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe because you've clicked a link or something like that. I don't know. So I'm gonna rush this way because I've got a load of stuff that I want to drop home. So I'm gonna cheat and go through the secret door. I'm gonna secretly go through the front door here. I'm gonna go secretly through this area, and then we can go straight down into this room here. Big battleships. Well, we do have big battleships. Flying cars, though. We do actually have flying cars. We do actually have flying cars. They're just not commercially available. Right, I'm back. Sorry. I grew up watching VeggieTales and SpongeBob. I grew up watching Doctor Who. Mainly the British shows, though. I grew up watching Doctor Who, and obviously I watched Doctor Who so much throughout the years. In the early 2000s, the big shows in the UK, the big children's shows in the UK back in the early 2000s was the Tweenies. That was one. Fireman Sam was a huge one. Peppa Pig was massive as well. What else was huge? Charlie and Lola's another one that was massive. Like all those shows were huge. I have canvases of painting. Cool. I got a couple of them somewhere. I did have some. I've got one somewhere which I painted. I painted the Joker. In fact, guys, should I take a photo of it? Should I show you my painting of the Joker? Would you? Did I mute myself? Did I mute myself? I've got canvases too. Paint canvas too. Should I take a photo of my painted Joker? Oh, back in 2 seconds, guys. Just want to grab my phone. We're never going to lose this world, Glowbeans. We're never going to lose this world. We won't lose this world because I've got so many backups. We'll look around the world. We'll look around the world. I've just put some Interceptors general chat. I put some Interceptors general chat. I put a painting in. There you go. Save image. God, no. I just want to delete it now. There we go. Home. Oh, I've done it. I saved it. I didn't download. I didn't save. Oh shit. There we go. Done. And I've put the image into Deceptors general chat so I could download it, but FFE Fuse commented so quickly, Joker image, why delete it? but it's deleted because it shouldn't be on there. I only did it so I can port it from my phone to my laptop ultra quickly. Right. Right, so, because you were talking about canvases, I thought you guys might want to see my Joker painting. Boom boom. I made it 7 years ago. I made it 6 years ago. I thought you guys might want to see my painting of the Joker. There will be a point when the PS4, Xbox Ones and Switches will be a history class. That's an amazing thing. Thank you. It was part of my arts exam when I was in school. So in the UK, you do something called GCSEs, where basically you pick course classes to do and get qualifications in. So I was forced to do art, and I painted that. Yeah. But I think Nintendo Switch will go down in history as one of the best consoles ever made. Because at the moment, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo highest selling video game of all time, highest selling video game consoles. The highest selling video game console is obviously everyone knows this. It's PS2. The highest selling video game console of all time is the PS2, 160 million, but Nintendo Switch is only 6 million sales behind. Nintendo Switch is only 6 million sales behind. You know, PlayStation 4 never really matched it, 117 million. They're about to go past the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color had 118 million sales. Out of all of them, Nintendo have got 3 of the top 4, which is pretty good. The most popular one, Nintendo DS, has 154 million. But Nintendo Switch is only Nintendo DS has sold 154.02 million. Nintendo Switch has sold 154.01 million. So Nintendo Switch is the third most selling video game of all time. PS5's down at 84 million. Xbox Series X is down in 20th, 28 million. Nintendo Switch 2 is down in 28th, 10 million in the first year. Why does the painting look like... I can't read what it says. Why does the painting look like Minecraft paint before it got pixelated? I have no idea. This painting was Mark Hamill's Joker. I'm not very good at painting, guys. I'm not very good at drawing, guys, but I'm really proud of that. That's been on my wall for the last 6 years. It'd be 7 in June. It's been on my wall for nearly 7 years. The most popular one is the one that actually has style instead of modern. I wouldn't say that. It's the one that basically Nintendo Switch, PS2 just had really good hardware. PS2 had really good hardware, and had a really nice design. Nintendo Switch is so good because of how how interesting it was. It was the first console ever that you could 100% play on your TV and play portably. You got to think, Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Wii U was licensed as being portable, but you had to be within like 100 feet of the Wii U, of the actual console with the gamepad, whereas with the Wii U, you had to, with the gamepad, you had to be within 100 feet of the console. Whereas the Nintendo Switch, the actual gamepad, like the gamepad like Wii U bit, the gamepad bit was the console, and the dock was the side bit. Because the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch screen basically is it basically was the Wii U. Nintendo Switch 2 is Nintendo Switch is basically the Wii U gamepad. Except this time, Nintendo Switch was the console. Do you get what I mean? So this time it was fully portable. You know, you could go and play. You could go and play it anywhere. I bought a Nintendo Switch 2 a couple of months ago. Like a month ago for Christmas, because I was going half of it on with my dad, and I haven't played it because obviously it's not Christmas. But one thing I liked about the Switch 2 design was the fact that it had 2 charging ports on both sides. Because when you're sat there on your bed playing Nintendo Switch 2 and you need Nintendo Switch, it needs charging, it's a bit awkward where the plug socket is. It's like in the way. It's in the way. But having 2 on the top and bottom is a really good addition. Well, Nintendo has the portable market dominated. About 4 or 5 years ago, somebody said to the Nintendo boss 4 or 5 years ago, you've given up challenging Xbox and Sony, haven't you? He said, we haven't given up. Somebody said, oh, you've given up with challenging Xbox and Sony in the next gen consoles, and the guy that was the president of Nintendo at the time said, who cares about Xbox and Sony? We have the handheld market dominated. And it's true, they did. They were right. Nintendo didn't care about Sony and Xbox anymore, because they brought out a console that was just so clever. It was the only console that you could just play anywhere, which is why it's so many sales. You go camping. I quite liked the Xbox Series X when they announced it. I thought it looked quite nice. Hello, Dr. Sad. Welcome to the stream. I saw your comment. I did see your comment, but I didn't read it out because I was still talking about consoles. But yeah. Also, I know what I'm getting for Christmas, guys. I know I'm getting the Switch 2 because I bought it, and me and my dad were going half on it. I know that Legacy works on Switch 2. I know that Legacy Console Edition works on Switch 2. Nintendo made that compatible too. When's the 730? Do you mean the 720? The Xbox, that's what they thought. For many years, that's what they thought the next Xbox would be called. The Xbox 720. Oh, God. All the consoles tried to come up with great names. Xbox come up with the Xbox 360. Nintendo come up with the Nintendo 64. Obviously, the Super Entertainment System, the SNES, and then the Nintendo Entertainment System, and then suddenly they come up with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and then they come up with, you know, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch. Now they got the Switch 2, Nintendo DS. Nintendo are the only games company that existed before games consoles. Out of all those games consoles, Nintendo's the only one that existed beforehand. Yeah, but they're becoming like they're becoming like computers. I've dropped down on joining streams. Oh, cool. Interesting. Yeah, like talking about that on that regard though, Glow Beans. Yeah, they're all trying to be like computers now. But everyone loves the thrill of playing a video game. So, for example, I've really loved doing this new series I'm doing. There'll be another episode out soon. Perhaps I'll bring one out Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday. That means I'm not joining every stream. That's alright. I've really loved the new series I've been doing. I've really enjoyed doing Throwback Thursday because it's going back to video games that I played when I was younger, and I absolutely have loved. I've loved it. I've absolutely loved that, guys, because we're playing games that we're playing games that I absolutely love. You know, playing Lego Batman the video game, which is a game that I played when I was 6 years old. A game that I absolutely love. But that's the whole point. It's like Lego. Do you know what Lego actually means, guys? Do you guys want to know what Lego actually means? Do you guys get it? Well, it's not Lego. It's leg. It's leg gods. It's leg gods, which means play well. But coincidentally, it also means in Latin. That's in Danish, but coincidentally, it also means in Latin, I put together. But it stands for play well, so it basically stands with play well. So you already know it's about playing. It's about having fun. I mean, I'm in my 20s, guys, but I do love buying a good Lego set sometimes. I have got Rivendell under the bed to build and put on my shelf, but it's just not. I just haven't had the chance to build it. I love the big commemorative sets they do. Like, I really want to buy the Shire, but I really want to do the one they've done on the Hobbit, from the Hobbit, but it's very expensive. That's the problem now. Things going up in price. Anyway. Yeah. How many people watch this stream? I don't know. My screen's not loading. 117 of you. Guys, I want to see if we could hit 400,000 views this year. I want to see if we can get another 14,000 views this year. Literally, if I go and explain what I'm talking about a second, we are really, really close to hitting 400,000 views this year on my YouTube channel. We're really close to hitting 400,000 views. No. It's just completely mucked up what I was trying to do. In December, we've got 29,555, which is incredible, guys, so thank you. In 2025, we've got 386,997, guys. I'd love to see. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm ever present, I'll make it. If you go on an 18+, like, you to show your face so it can scan your face. But that's what people don't like, Blue Beans. People don't like that it has to scan your face, because obviously who's to say the government site's hacked and then they suddenly got images of your face? You know, they can use your face for anything. You know, they can. You know, they can use pictures of your face to get into your bank accounts and things like that. That's the part that they don't like. It's the same as what's brought down Keir Starmer's digital ID thing. Keir Starmer's trying to bring it out that it's compulsory to have a digital ID, and a lot of people don't want them. A lot of people don't. Nobody wants digital IDs. They're trying to claim it would make you'd have to have a digital ID to work in the UK, which obviously that's Keir Starmer's way of stopping illegal immigration, because if you don't have a digital ID, it means that you're an illegal immigrant. Which, but in a way that's kind of makes sense, but storing all of your data on a device, on a storage system, who's to say that storage system's not compromised? Do you guys get what I mean? It's like it's like when you use fingerprint recognition on your phone, which makes sense. But if you use facial recognition, who's to say it's not hacked? And they've got a picture of your face now. They can find out everything about you. But it's like everything nowadays. You know, because everyone buys things online nowadays, they know these websites know everything about you. They know exactly everything from your clothes size to what you eat. So they can, because they can scan you. You can scan it. Say you buy say you buy trousers, for example. Say you buy trousers. Say you buy a pair of trousers. Well, you would call them pants in America, but we call them trousers. Say you buy a pair of trousers. Because of the scans on those websites, they now know exactly what your waist size is. They know exactly what your waist size is, because you have. So you know, I guarantee, because of how it works, guys. I guarantee that companies know everything about you. I guarantee companies know everything about you. They probably know exactly how tall you are, exactly what clothes you've ordered, what your clothes size are. They know exactly everything. That is true. Like, my granddad bought a new phone recently. My granddad used an old phone for years, and somebody asked him how much his contract was, and he went £12, and they went a month. A month? He said £12, and he said a month, and they went a month, and he went no, a year. So my granddad was using an old phone. He used it for years. Literally, because of my granddad's old phone, guys, his phone contract was his phone service provider. It was £12 a year. So it proves with modern phones they've started overpricing you. So I said, since Apple started this, but they're all trying to rip you off. All the tech billionaires, all they're trying to do is rip you off. All they're trying to do is hello, Skate Punk, welcome to the stream. But it's true. It's almost my birthday. It is. Yeah. Yeah, I got asked a question the other. Yeah, I got asked a question earlier on. How far can I remember back to? I'm like, I'm new to the stream. I know you are. You were in yesterday's stream. Welcome back, Martial Arts. Well, no, follow the score system. Do you think you'll stream on your birthday? I may do, I don't know. Depends what I want to do. Depends what I want to do. Oh, I might stream Christmas Day, guys. I might not, but I probably will. I probably will, guys. I want to see if we can get another 14,000 views, guys, because we're 14,000 views off hitting 400,000 views for this year. I'd love to see if we can do that. Just because it's a crazy day. We're not going to hit 8k now because that's just off the chart. But hitting 10,000 next year is the goal. Because my channel's 10 years old next year. One of my Lego stop motion animations, the first one I ever uploaded to my channel, it says 9 years on it now. I'm like, it says 9 years old. It says it uploaded 9 years ago. I'm like, oh. That made me feel a bit weird seeing that the other day. How is everybody on the stream? How is everybody on the stream today? I did end the stream yesterday, guys, and then I will say, guys, Friday I ended the stream a little early, but that's because I had tickets to watch Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm good. I made a coffee and had breakfast earlier. Cool. I ended the stream early Friday, guys, because I went to watch Avatar Fire and Ash, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think it was the best one yet. We live in a world where we work, eat, restart, and I'm not doing that. I'm doing something new. I'm not someone. I'm Ray. You should follow what I'm doing. You have one life. Well, everyone should do that. But that's how the society works. Society works. Well, society should be very much be the British model. You know, everyone together. Look, the British society is very much never leave a man behind. You know, you help someone while they're down. Now, I had a comment from an American person about a year or two ago, and he asked me, why do British people help other people? Shouldn't you just leave them? I'm like, what? And that was this. Well, I think it was the NHS. I cracked up with what's his name said to Piers Morgan, actually, Tucker Carlson. I cracked up with what he said to Piers Morgan. He goes, I'll never be. He said, I'll never be impressed by the NHS. I'm like, so you're impressed by people being shot in school, and their dying, and their parents being given £85,000 bill for the services that they couldn't, for not being able to resuscitate them. You're in the real free country. Well, America, I'd say, is a very yes country. Like, American soldiers tend to be told, like, you know, shoot first, think later. That's the joke in Men in Black. That's the joke in the film Men in Black. If you go and watch Men in Black, that's what Zed says to the American soldiers. He goes, as I can confirm, you're exactly what we expect from government-controlled yes men. And the joke is that Agent J is the only person that actually thought about what he was shooting. And if you go and watch that, it's true. Like, the Americans have basically, you know, in Iraq they were told to find weapons of mass destruction when there weren't any, and they knew there weren't any. Do you guys get what I mean? But every country does it. Every country at its peak thinks that they're untouchable. Your stream is glitching. They're doing everything everyone else is doing. I wouldn't say that. America's very much about success. America's very much about individuals. Do you guys get right? So, if any of you are American, which I know a lot of you are, you're told about this American dream, but you can't really say what that American dream is. Because deep down, there isn't really an American dream. Because deep down, there really isn't an American dream. Whereas the UK, we don't have a dream. The UK doesn't really have like a British dream. Like, you're born and you follow the leader. I mean, that is true. For example, like America, America as an example, America's pretty much told, like, the president can do no wrong. Like, you know, he's the president. Like, what's his name used to, I remember, I read this recently, guys. Lyndon B. Johnson reportedly used to just piss on the carpet. Lyndon B. Johnson, when he was US president, it's alleged by staff members that worked for him that because he was president, if he needed to go, he just pissed wherever because he was the president. Oh, I saw a joke the other day, guys. I saw something ridiculous. Well, no, I think one thing I think America doesn't do is I don't think they hold their leaders to account. Whereas if the British Prime Minister says something and it's proven false, you know, they are in the Parliament the next day and they've got to apologise to the nation. They've got to apologise to the nation. And they face an inquiry. But it happened to Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson lied to the British Parliament, and then there was an inquiry into whether he lied. Boris Johnson lied to the Queen to try and force Brexit through. The Brexit negotiations in 2019, to try and force it through, Boris Johnson lied and lied to the Queen and got her to prolong the Parliament, so close the Parliament down. I'm going to try and be in every stream. Cool. It's an interesting one. Boris Johnson weren't a good Prime Minister. Make a snow globe base. I've already got one. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, what you said, Glowbeans, is interesting. Like, I saw something about the other day. Like, where? There. Yeah, what Globin said is interesting. What you said, Globin, is interesting. Look, there was a person in Decepted's Discord server that basically tried to claim that the problem with America is that people in the South aren't educated. I think the education bit is across the board in America, not just the South. It's beautiful. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, everyone is special. That's the difference between the UK and America. The difference between the UK and America is that the UK says that everyone is special. Everyone is special. Because seems to think no one is special until they do something. So, for example, it's sad, like, if a local guy dies in America, you don't really care, do you? But if it's like a famous person, everybody cares. Whereas in the UK, when celebrities dies, it might be a sad thing, but it's not like a national holiday. It's very interesting about how each country does something different. I didn't mean it in a bad way. No. The thing is, though, every country does whatever it wants for its own interests. Every country does what it wants for its own interests. So, Great Britain during the Second World War, Great Britain created what we call the welfare states. Great Britain called the welfare states. So basically, like, unemployment in the 1880s in the UK. Yeah, in the 1880s in the UK, unemployment was seen as a you problem. Like that, and that's a genuine fact, guys. In the 1880s in the UK, unemployment was seen as a you problem. If you were unemployed, it was seen as your fault, not like the government's fault that unemployment was high. But then in the 1940s, that changed. In the late 1940s, that changed. Unemployment was seen as a government problem, not. It was seen as a government problem, not a you problem. Like poverty, for example. If you were in poverty in the 1880s, they saw it as your you problem, which is just. That's just how, how countries change. It's obviously how things change is incredible. I read an article this morning about the Prime Minister of the UK in the 1780s. Sorry. The Prime Minister of the UK in the 1780s wanted to abolish slavery and ban it everywhere, but he couldn't get the support to do it, so he had to do it in private. He had to try and ban it in private. And when it was finally banned, he died afterward. He'd already died. That Prime Minister had died. Thank you, Marcel Arts. I did read your comment. I just didn't read it out. That's really kind of you. I'm getting a load of notifications, guys. Guys, do you want to know a really funny story? I'm gonna give you some really. You can clip this if you want. Right, shall I tell you guys a really funny story, eh? I have to go. That's alright. Have a good rest of your day, Marcel Arts. Have a good rest of your day. Do you guys want to know a really funny story that happened to me the other day? Goodbye, Marcel Arts. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, do you guys want to know a really funny story? I don't know if there's anyone left in the stream, actually. It doesn't really... Oh no, there's 8 people. Ooh. Thank you to the people who subscribe, by the way. We are 22 subscribers off hitting 800. 7,700. Yeah, would you guys like to know a funny story that happened to me the other day? You're going to love it. You guys will love it. So... Yeah, do you guys want to know a really funny story that happened to me the other day? And you guys are gonna absolutely love this. You guys are gonna love this. It's hilarious. It's hilarious but crazy, silly, and I don't know how it happened. Well, I do know how it happened. So this is a word of advice. This is going to be some. I'm going to say this as some advice to you guys. So 5 years ago, roughly like 5 years ago, I bought a wardrobe. I bought a wardrobe. Not I bought a wardrobe from somebody second hand. It was solid oak. It's a really good wardrobe. Solid oak. So it's made out of genuine wood, so it's not like that cheap shit stuff you get. Yes, so it was a solid oak wardrobe that I bought second hand from someone. And, you know, I filled my clothes in it, did the thing. I realised the other day when I was looking for something that I'd never taken the drawers out since I got it. So I'd always just, because it had always been in the same spot, I never took the drawers out. And I got it. And I pulled a shirt was stopping this drawer from closing. So I pulled the drawer out. I found a used pregnancy test behind the drawer. I'd never taken the drawer out. And I found a used pregnancy test behind the drawer. It must have been in there when I bought the wardrobe. And I'd never noticed it because I'd never taken the drawer out. There was a... I'm back. Bro, I'm back like yesterday. Like every day. Welcome back, Sajishiro official. Welcome back. Yeah, bloody used pregnancy test behind the box. Behind the bloody drawer. Must have been there since I bought the wardrobe. I do remember you, yeah. If I'm trying to be present, I'm going to say that I'm the most important person in this country, but I'm just as important as all of you. Well, exactly what Prince Charles... When King Charles turned up to be coronated, the new King of Great Britain... Globians. When King Charles turned up to be coronated, when he turned up to his coronation, he turned up and said to the crowd, "I come not to be served, but to serve." He said, "I come not to be served, but to serve," and I think he's been quite a good monarch since. Oh my god, my nose. How is everybody? Yeah, that's so literally King Charles of the United Kingdom when he turned up to when King Charles turned up to be coronated, he said to the crowds, I come not to be served, but to serve." And that was it. He didn't want the people of the UK to serve him. He wanted to serve the people of the UK. What are you doing? Nothing at the moment. Nothing at the moment. I'm just walking around the world. I'm thinking about what to build. Literally. This world, yeah. Yeah. I've done all of this. Well, homes are for expression, not for impression, Globeans. So that's a line from a film. Are you really mental? What do you mean, am I mental? What? Hello, guest. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, my nose. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but it's the problem with one of the main problems with the world at the moment, Globeans, is everyone is becoming like America. How have you been? I've been really good. How are you? The problem with the world right now, Globeans, is taking on a very American approach. Like, in the UK, it's common courtesy if you go past someone, and if someone goes past you, it's normally common courtesy in the UK to say good morning or good afternoon. Not anymore. Literally, the amount of times now you go past someone and they just don't even look at you. They don't even look at you or say anything. It's same. Good, that's good to hear. Right, let's just get up onto here. Is this your survival world? Yeah. I've played this world since 2016. So we've built a lot of shit. We've built a lot of shit on this world over the last 9 years. Yeah. I've built a lot of world over this for the last 9 years. Yeah, this is genuine. This is survival, genuine survival, guys. Yeah, on the 8th of December, we hit 1 million lifetime, 1.2 million lifetime views. I want to thank every single one of you for that. Incredible. But yeah, this is my survival world. Yep, this is my survival world. I've built a lot. Who you played with in this world? Well, my friend Decepted plays occasionally. Not a lot though. Hardly anybody really. Only a scattering of. Literally, I've probably only let 3 people on this world in the last 8 years. I've probably only let 3 people on this world in the last 8 years. In the last 8 years, I've probably only let 3 people. Do you have a good time? It's not about having it... Well, yeah. But Minecraft's not just about... You don't have to have friends in Minecraft to have a good time. You don't have to have friends in Minecraft. So I have a good time on these streams, just building, walking around the world. Sorry guys, my nose is really itchy. It's making my nose is really itchy. I think it's my hay fever is making my nose itch. But yeah, you don't have to have friends in your Minecraft world to play, to enjoy yourself, to have a good time. Like I have a good time on this world just thinking of new build ideas. I could be sat here filming some videos and I'm like, I love it. I genuinely genuinely love just filming on this channel. You did all of this, Bill? Yeah, I did everything here. I did absolutely everything here. Literally, we've probably got 1,000 builds on here. Well, hello, my favourite YouTuber. Oh, thank you, Karen Karen Can. That's really kind of you. That's really kind of you. Yes, we've probably got 1,000 builds here. We've probably got we've probably got 1,000, 2,000 builds on this world, and I think I've done like 3 of them. Can I call your town Terravale? It's already got a name, I'm afraid. The town is called the Minecraft town over here. How am I so lucky to meet this stream? I don't know. Everyone's lucky. Everyone's lucky that finds my channel. I think so, anyway. So over here, we've just built whatever we've come across. If we've had any ideas to build, we just built them, because why not? Oh god, my nose. My nose is just really itchy. There, we just built whatever we wanted to. You're probably night sky. I meet Sethar. Ah, thank you. But you've got to be nice. You've got to be nice. Like, you've taken time out of your day. You've taken your time. Everyone's got to be nice for you. You've taken time out of your day to join someone's stream. It looks like Doctor Who's phone booth. Yes, probably. Which is a cool idea, actually. I really want to build the TARDIS. The police public call box, basically. The police public call boxes used to be on every street. Police public call boxes used to be on streets, so if you had a rowdy person, you could shove him inside, lock the door until outcome. It was basically the police public call boxes were basically secret. The word is mostly well, saying good morning is a very much a British thing. But everyone's taken on this American approach now. They call it the Americanization of the UK, because that's an American thing. So basically, where I'm from, saying good morning to people is still quite prevalent. So I teased another person in my college class that was from the same area as me. I teach a person in my college class was from the same town I'm from. Basically, we were in the local city in college, and I said to him, if you go and say good morning to someone here, they're not going to answer you. And basically he was like, are you joking? I'm like, no. And he thought we were joking, so he walked over and said good morning to this old woman, and this old woman literally looked at him like, fuck off, and said fuck off. I'm like, whew. Someone's only a step away from the funeral home. Jesus, she must have found out some bad news that morning, because now she was rude. Yeah, literally, we said to him, like, yeah, if you say good morning to a person in the city, they don't respond to you. And he tried to prove it, so he walked over to this old woman and said good morning, and she literally went fuck off. I'm like, whew. Saying good morning does save a life. It also spreads a little bit of charm, respect, honor, and it's just human decency. Like, I say that about jobs. I say that about jobs. If you apply for a job and you're not successful, you should at least get a message back, or you should get an email back saying sorry. You should if you apply for a job and you aren't successful, you should get a message back, an email back saying, we thank you for your thing, but under the circumstances you are unavailable. What time is it in my country? It's currently 5:58. I just want to see what the Premier League scores were. Aston Villa are beating Manchester United 2-1. Morgan Rogers has scored twice. Fucking hell, he scored twice last week as well, Morgan Rogers. Everton is still where we are. We should have drew with Arsenal yesterday. Everton should have drew with Arsenal yesterday. They had a perfectly good... Everton should have had a penalty. Arsenal had a penalty in that match to win it, but Everton should have had one on the 57th minute, because the Arsenal's defender totally missed the ball and kicked the Everton striker. Which that you see that 9 times out of 10 that's given as a pen. Why that referee's not gone, oh wait, that's a penalty. Aston Villa are doing well. No, I'm gonna go to sleep now. That's alright. Have a good rest of your day. But it's like job interviews. It's like jobs now, Glowbeans. Like, if you apply for a job, the chances are, and you're unsuccessful, the chances are you don't even know you're unsuccessful, because you never hear back. Like, I applied for one, and the job interview should have been a few days ago. I've had nothing back saying houses and sell them, because that's a construction business. That's their job. They build them to sell, that's how it works. It's not about teamwork. It's about no one cares enough anymore. Like, people don't care about other people. So, for example, it's very much a thing of nobody cares anymore. Like, for example, like, give money to your thing, like taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money, for example. Taxpayers' money should go towards this is global. Like what happens in the UK, taxpayer money pays off everyone's medical bills. Taxpayers' money covers everyone's medical bills in the UK. Every country should do that. Every country should do it. Every country should do it. That taxpayer money pays off the medical bills of everybody. You shouldn't have to have You shouldn't have to pay £80,000 because you've been shot at in the street. Literally, anywhere. Literally in the UK, guys. If I say I was shot tomorrow, I can go and have that bullet taken out free of charge. I can be resuscitated free of charge. Every country should have that. Every country should have that. I think it's the thing that the only difference between the UK and America in that department is the UK care about the people, not the business, whereas America care about the business side of it. So the doctors, the only thing they care about in healthcare is they care about the actual, they care about the business side of it. American healthcare may be booming, but how many people can't afford healthcare because of how expensive surgery is? Like the Philippines, for example. My mum was telling me the other day about she was working with someone who in the UK who's initially from the Philippines. They wanted a kid. IVF, so obviously where if you can't have a kid, they make the kid for you. IVF in the Philippines, only rich people can have it. Only the mega rich can have IVF in the Philippines. And that's because, you know, you've got to pay for your medical bills. At most places, you've got to pay for your medical bills. which is wrong. I find it funny. You can give £1 trillion a year to the military, but you can't cover the medical bills of an entire nation. Let's have a look at it. The NHS costs the UK £226 billion a year. But yeah, that's just the thing though, how everything changes. Well, that's the thing though. The problem with America though is that Globeans, is the fact that the American education system is outdated. You know, America got rid of stuff like, because America got rid of a lot of educational stuff. Like, I remember seeing a video of this American guy talking, and he said about geography and things like that, geography, history. This American claimed that basically the map of the world, the only map they had was the map of the United States, because Americans were being taught that the United States is the only country on Earth. It's the only country that exists. Yeah, but I think America's system is just old. Whereas, you know, I know America do SATs, so we call them SATs in the UK. We do them at 11. We do them at 11. Here it is, Globeans. So when you're in your last year of school in the UK, you do your GCSEs. In America, they do SSTs. American SATs are magnitudes easier than GCSEs, despite Americans taking them 2 years later. So yeah, the UK, in fact... It's a really interesting point of view. So I remember reading a case recently of a teacher somewhere in the United States. A teacher in the United States who was friends with teachers elsewhere. This lady was this lady was an American history teacher, and she contacted some of her teacher friends who are from other countries and who teach, and basically she asked them for stereotypes on the US, like things that European people say about the US. So obviously some of the statements that, you know, America lie about claiming stuff, like the American presidents lie and claim credit for shit they haven't done half the time. And this lady, she went to her headmaster, her principal, and she got barred from doing this class about what Europeans think of Americans because it would damage their patriotism. It's why America think that everyone loves them. It's why the United States think that, you know, the America's the most powerful. Everyone loves America. America can do no wrong. Because American schools won't allow criticism of the American system. It's like how's it going, Joe? I'm really good. How are you, Egg? How are you? But the reason they won't do that, Globians, the reason America won't look at other countries' education systems is because America have got this belief that they think their education system's the greatest. So I've got an American person that watches my streams, and they genuinely believed that, you know, the reason America's got the next World Cup is because their stadiums are light years ahead of everyone else's, which they aren't. They've only got it because their bid was accepted. Like, America haven't got the best stadiums in the world. The best stadium infrastructure in the world is the UK. Because the UK is the only country in the world that could host a World Cup with 24 hours notice. But it's like America. What I love about Americans, though, is that I do love Americans. I just think America nowadays thinks that America are in the past. They think that the whole world will just bend the knee. I love this British comedian that said that about I love what was it? Comedy. I love comedy. So I'm a massive lover of comedy, guys. I'm a massive lover of comedy stuff. I've inadvertently made my screen really big. Why have I done that then? I'm a massive lover of comedy, guys. And one of my favourite comedians on YouTube goes around as a fake journalist. And the thing he said about Trump and the Ukraine war was hilarious. He said Neville Chamberlain must be up there now. Sorry, down there now, pointing at the ground. He goes, finally, a bigger pussy than I am. The first U.S. president in history to openly attack one of the partisan war, but not the invaded, but not the invader, the invaded. And I love this guy's jokes, but it's partially right, and the whole thing is this guy just takes a pop at everyone. And I love the joke. I love his jokes. He just partially takes the pop out of everyone. I love what he says about Farage in it, the British politician. He calls him basically Britain's MAGA flag shagger. And I love the joke. It's a really funny joke. But this guy, he takes the piss out of politics. So he takes the piss out of the left. He takes the piss out of the left, the right. He takes the piss out of absolutely everything. And some of his sketches are really, really funny. That's good to hear. But yeah, this guy, I love his sketches, and some of them are hilarious, and some of them are absolutely. Some of this guy's sketches are absolutely hilarious. And the one he did on about the Ukraine war. I love the one he did on Ukraine. It was just hilarious. And he basically, the joke is he disproved every single point that was made. I'll be back in a second, guys. But yeah, this guy, I love his sketches. Some of them are really, really funny. I love one he did the other year. I love one the other year, and he called Boris Johnson a forgotten milk bar kid found 40 years later in a port cellar. I'm like, okay, this guy just really funny jokes. I love the live show he did about, and he has a go at someone for having their phone out, and he goes, "Listen, love, put your phone away because you light up like a beacon." He says it's like Christ speaking to me. Hey, do you see that person there? Yeah, what, the one that's lit up like a beacon? This lady, she flicks her phone on, she checks her phone, and because of just the whiteness of her phone, he said to this lady, he went, listen, love, you just lit up like a beacon. I like this sketches. It's hilarious. But it is true. If you're at a stage event, do you guys get what I mean? It is true. Like if you're at a stage event or you're watching something on telly, if you're at the theatre watching someone perform or do a comedy stand-up, why are you on your phone? Why are you checking your phone? Like, you've paid to watch them. You've paid to watch this band. You've paid to do this. Why are you on your phone? Like, bosh, bish, 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 bosh. Bish, 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 bosh. Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to end this stream now because I'm knackered. But thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next one. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. This time,